Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to kindly rise if able and remove your caps. Here to perform our national anthem is Jim Nosler. Jim is a Brewster resident and is a musician appearing at many Cape venues. His latest song composition, A Rising Tide, is inspired by the Brewster Flats. Jim is a Whitecaps fan and enjoys coming here to Stony Brook Field for the anthem. Mr. Nosler.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Jim Nosler. Thank you very much, good sir.
Check.
Good luck, boys.
Check, check. 1, 2.
For the first time since 2019, the Wareham Gatemen have a shot at clinching a playoff spot in the Cape Cod Baseball League as they pay their second visit to Stony Brook Field in 2024. On the Gatemen Baseball Network, I'm Kyle Marchak alongside Ethan Eibe for a big contest tonight. It's the second place West Division Wareham Gatemen looking for a second consecutive win and also looking to tie a season series with an elusive Brewster Whitecaps squad, a third place team from the East. Ethan, 2-1 advantage in the season series for Brewster, but a lot on the line tonight.
Absolutely. It's great to be with you, Kyle. A chance for history tonight for these Wareham Gatemen, a group that nobody wrote anything about heading into this season. They were the footnote of every preview, and they are on the verge of making some history here tonight.
And here they are at 19-11-1. If they win tonight, or if Falmouth loses, they clinch a playoff spot for the first time in 5 years. As for Brewster, well, not a winning record, but still a good team at third place in the East. They're 12-17-2. They've also got their best pitcher on the mound, one of the best arms in the league, the right-handed pitcher from Florida, Jake Clemente, a 1.93 ERA. It's going to be his fifth start. In 18 2/3 innings pitch, he's got 21 strikeouts, just 7 hits allowed.
Yeah, this is truly the best pitching matchup we have seen all season long. Clemente is going to start the All-Star game coming up on Saturday for the Eastern Division. Tate McGuire, also an All-Star. Both these guys coming off their freshman years at respective Southeastern Conference schools. So this is what the Cape League's all about here tonight, Kyle.
Yeah, Tate McGuire, the ace of the Wareham staff, will take the bump in the bottom of the first as Wareham pays their second visit to a misty Stony Brook Field today. So leading things off for Ryan Smythe's Wareham Gatemen in the away Reds with navy blue lettering and gray pants with the high blue socks. It's Brendan Summerhill in his third game since his return from injury. So the left-handed bat out of Arizona will take on the tall righty on the bump, Jake Clemente, as he digs in. Clemente peers in through the sign in his vertical white pinstripes. He turns and deals. And a first pitch fastball's in there for strike one. We are underway for a 5 p.m. contest in Brewster, Massachusetts. Summerhill, he's got Johan Desero behind him on deck with Murph Gray in the hole. Second base and third base, respectively. Second pitch is rolled just fair inside the first base bag. Summerhill off to the races. He turns first. He's going to head to second. Loses the helmet, but stands up on the second pitch of the ball game with a leadoff double.
Well, it's safe to say that Brendan Summerhill's got his timing back after missing just about 2 weeks due to injury. This is his third game since coming off the injured list, and now he's got his second hit.
297 hitter coming into it, and now, as you said, his second hit in 10 tries since his return. All right, we'll see if we can sneak in this Wareham Gatemen offense. Johan Desero will dig in. It's the Stetson third baseman to hit second. Murph Gray from Fresno State at third base batting third. The cleanup out of Tennessee, the DH Reese Chapman. Antonio Jimenez from Central Florida, the shortstop batting fifth. The sixth will belongs to Eli Putnam, the first baseman from Davidson. Michigan left fielder Colby Turner is batting seventh, as we have a meeting of the umpires today. I guess I'll give their names as well. Ryan Damari behind home plate. Matthew Newman and Jesse West from first to third, interrupting the pregame festivities here after two pitches, a double from Summerhill, and all three meet and say he's safe. I'm not sure what that conversation was about.
I have no idea.
Anyways, Colby Turner batting seventh. The Michigan left fielder, Michael Lippy, the right fielder, batting eighth. He's out of Louisville. And the Central Florida catcher, Aris Rivera, will make his Cape League debut for the Gatemen tonight, added to the roster 2 days ago, and he'll bat ninth. All right, a quick start to this ball game. Summerhill on pitch number 2 of the contest, doubles down the right field line, and he takes a small lead off of second base as Johan Desero, another all-star, will dig in. Open stance in the left-handed batter's box, and the first pitch to him. A heater upstairs for ball 1. Clemente, the clear ace on a pitching staff that has struggled. Worst ERA as a staff in the league, 5.43. 1-0 deal on the way. Cut on and missed. Got him with the heat. It's 1-1.
It was an all-Brewster and all-Florida Gators Cape League Players of the Week last week. Clemente, the pitcher of the week, he diced up the Harwich Mariners on the 17th. 7 shutout innings, only 1 hit.
6th in the league with that 1.93 ERA. 1 ball, 1 strike. He kicks and fires. And it's fouled straight back. 1-2.
You can expect that fastball-slider combo to be prevalent for Clemente today. That fastball averaging in the mid-90s, slider about 10 miles an hour off, and he also throws a changeup in the high 80s.
Changeup in the high 80s, but it feels like low 60s on a gloomy afternoon in Brewster. Got that fog rolling in already. We'll see if that comes into play. 1-2. Swing and a miss. All fastballs. The diet there to Desero as he's down on strikes. There's 1 away in the first.
Clemente is a guy who's coming off a solid year at the University of Florida. He missed his entire freshman season due to a shoulder injury, but he was really a staple of the Gators bullpen down the stretch, a group that made it all the way to the semifinals of the College World Series in Omaha.
And Murph Gray's been a staple of this Wareham Gatemen offense. One of 7 All-Stars for Wareham. Second to the Brewster Whitecaps, who are sending 9. So 2 stacked rosters facing off today. First pitch to the power-hitting third baseman. And the right-handed bat of Gray watches a strike on the outside edge.
Yeah, Whitecaps have a slew of terrific offensive players, despite the fact that they are 12-17-2 entering play.
Yet still in playoff position by 2 games. In a rather top-heavy East Division. Summerhill still on second. He takes off for third as the 0-1 is down low. And Summerhill will swipe third easily as the pitch is in the dirt.
Summerhill's one of those guys that has the standing green light from Mike Mobbs. He's allowed him to pick his spots to run in, and it certainly pays off there. He does have the team lead in stolen bases. That's his 12th.
Yeah, large margin in that stolen base category for a team that's middle of the pack in stolen bases this year. 7th right now with 47 as a squad for Wareham. Here's the 1-1 to Gray, and a fastball's bounced in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, with Summerhill doubling and now stealing a base. He stands on third for Wareham in a scoreless ball game, just getting started here in Brewster. Whitecaps in their normal home whites with the vertical pinstripes and black caps with blue brims. Clemente with a deep breath as he holds the glove to the black script across his chest. He turns from the full to 2-1. Curveball swung on and rolled over to third. On a hop, the third baseman Cuvée looks at home, instead tosses to first. A run scores on the ground out. It's 1-0 Wareham.
Cuvée made the choice to get that sure out at first base, concede the run. Of course, still very early in this ball game, so you can afford to.
So with 2 away and the base is empty, Wareham has an early advantage over Brewster, which is big because their only win against them was because they jumped on the pitcher early. Otherwise, they lost to Brewster mercy rule style both times.
They're going to have to do what they did against Orleans just yesterday. Score early and score often.
First pitch to the left-handed bat out of Tennessee. A curveball swung on and rolled past the glove of the pitcher Clemente. Gobbling it up is the second baseman Farrow, and the throw to first is in time. Quick first inning, but Summerhill does a cycle around the bases with a double, stolen base, and a ground out brings him home. So it's 1-0 Wareham as we head to the home half of the first in Brewster on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
So Jake Clemente gives up a run despite being one of the best pitchers on the Whitecaps staff, and he turns it over to his counterpart, the Wareham Gatemen, with a 1-0 lead, and it's Tate McGuire, the all-star ace of the Wareham pitching staff, to get his sixth start of the year, a 2.14 ERA. He's 2-0 in 5 appearances. And he faces a strong Whitecaps offense. Here's Drew Farrow. And the left-handed second baseman watches strike one. Jamie Shevchik's Whitecaps offense, one of the best in the league. Ryder Helfrich is batting second, catcher out of Arkansas. Caden Kent batting third out of Texas A&M. Next pitch is outside, 1-1. Daniel Cuvée, the Miami power-hitting third baseman, is the cleanup. Nick Dumenel's been hot out of Cal Baptist, the center fielder, batting fifth. 6-hole belongs to Colby Shelton out of Florida, DH. And the Florida first baseman, Brody Donay, is batting seventh. Next pitch, a changeup swung on and tapped foul. Finally, Cooper Vest out of BYU, the left fielder, batting eighth, and Dallas Macias out of Oregon State, the right fielder, is batting ninth for a team that's top 5 in a lot of major offensive categories. So Tate McGuire takes the bump for his sixth start. From the full, here's the fourth pitch of the ball game for him, and it's fouled straight back on a high fastball. And Wareham in their normal away reds. Gray pants, blue script lettering across the chest with white outlines. McGuire toes and turns, and that one is just low and inside, 2-2. As for the Whitecaps in their patented home whites with the vertical pinstripes and the teal lining the black lettering across the chest. McGuire nods at the sign, turns and burns the 2-2, and that one's lined foul out in front on an off-speed.
Brewster's got two things that I really like, teal and gators.
Yep, and those match up pretty well down in Florida, huh?
Oh, they do.
Drew Farrow at the dish, Florida State second baseman, a .270 hitter, 12 for 35 in the second half. He's been hot in this portion of play. 2-2 on the way, and clubbed foul, this time down the left field line.
Tate McGuire told Madison Walker in the pregame show that consistency has been his key. He's been cool, calm, and collected every start he's made this year. He's looked like anything but the freshman that he is out of Arkansas.
2-2 pitch on the way. Curveball is rolled over to the right side. Desereau's got it. The throw is in time, and there's one away. Defense for Wareham has been sound and will need to be sound for a guy who can pitch to contact. It's going to be Colby Turner out in left, Brendan Summerhill in center, Michael Lippy in right. Murph Gray at third, Eli Putnam at first, Antonio Jimenez the shortstop, Johan Desereau at second base, and Aris Rivera catching his battery mate Tate McGuire behind the plate for his Cape League debut.
McGuire hasn't allowed more than 2 earned runs in a start all season long.
First pitch to the righty, Ryder Helfrich. And it's just outside on a check swing, ball 1. Doesn't give up many runs at all, let alone hits. Averages just 6 hits per 9 innings. The guy at the dish, though, he averages a home run every 2.9 games. Called strike in the inside edge, 1-1. Ryder Helfrich, league leader in home runs. 10 big flies in 29 contests so far.
Not to mention, they're going to be teammates next year. Helfrich is going to be an Arkansas Razorback.
1-1 on the way, and it's outside. So it's almost like a live AB in the fall.
Yes, it is. He has torched Gatemen pitching this year. Of course, those 2 11-0 ball games certainly do skew things, but
2-1. And a fastball's bounced in the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, bottom first, and Wareham leads it 1-0.
5 hits and 14 at-bats against the Gatemen this year. 2 of them home runs.
I mean, he just plain hits. 264 average, but so much pop. 3-1 to the right-handed bat of Helfrich. It's a swing and a fly ball behind home plate. Rivera looks up, and that one sneaks out of play.
One of the best hitting catchers that this league has seen in quite some time. And if you had to give 2 MVPs, to either league, you'd give Ryder Helfrich the East and Murph Gray the West pretty easily.
Helfrich with a squatted stance in the right-handed batter's box. Rests the bat in the shoulder, and here's the 3-2. And he just misses it again. Now, I'll say a hitter's due just to say it, but I mean it with this guy. He hasn't hit a home run in 3 games, and he averages a home run every 2.9. 3-2 on the way. Off speed, just off the plate. Trying to get him with the slider. Instead, it's an 8-pitch walk for the first batter to reach base for Brewster today, with 1 away in the bottom of the first.
Rivera did well to frame that pitch, but Ryan Damari, the home plate umpire, didn't budge.
Number 6.
So with a 1-0 lead, Brewster has a potential game tire on first after a walk. A rare one at that, just the 5th walk allowed by McGuire this summer. And he takes on Caden Kent. Mid-season addition for Brewster, 278 hitter in 18 games. Left-handed bat out of Texas A&M with a runner on first. The first offer is clubbed foul behind home plate, 0-1.
Kent's a guy who originally entered the transfer portal after the Aggies finished up their run as the runner-ups in Omaha. But he will be back in an Aggies uniform this spring.
He's ready with a high-handed stance. Crowding the plate. Long set from McGuire in the pitch. Swing and a line drive out to right center. Charging in, sliding, and it's off the body of the right fielder, Lippy. And it ricochets away from him. Rounding third and staying there is Helfrich. And standing up on first base with a 1-out knock is Caden Kent.
That's such a tough play there. Lippy made a good decision there. I'm not going to knock his choice to go into a slide after that ball. Just came up short.
So Lippy with a tough play on a sinking liner and right. It finds grass. And with a walk and now a single, McGuire is in a rare jam to open up his outing, 6th of the year. And now he faces the cleanup hitter, next best power hitter in the league. 5th in the league with 7 home runs is Daniel Cuvée, corner infielder from Miami. He's got the corners occupied here with 1 down in the bottom of the first, and Brewster down 1-0 to Wareham. First pitch to the righty. And a front door slider is painted on the outside edge, 0-1.
If you think a .615 batting average is good, that's what Cuvée is hitting against the Gatemen. 8 for 15.
They've just hit Wareham for whatever reason. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away. McGuire turns and burns, and a curveball swung on and missed. 0-2. And that fog is really rolling in beyond the trees of Stony Brook Field here in center.
The trees are becoming increasingly opaque.
Opaque? I like that. I mean, that's like the perfect word to use, but sometimes I just have to remark your vocabulary.
Gracias.
0-2 with 1 down. He kicks and fires. There's a swing and a pop. It's foul behind the right side.
Gatemen haven't had a fog out this year.
Meanwhile, it was a tie yesterday for Brewster in a game that they were not sure if they were going to finish. Foggy day in Chatham yesterday. And Chatham's right in the water. That one clubbed straight back. 0-2.
This team has lost 3 in a row, with the exception of that tie. Before that, they had won 3 of 4.
Ups and downs of the Brewster Whitecaps. Mainly the pitching has been their struggle. Hitting, definitely not any of their woes. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Cuvée. Swing and a miss. Got him with the slider, and that's out number 2.
McGuire's not afraid to attack anybody, especially one of the better hitters in this order like Cuvée.
California Baptist.
He can throw any of those pitches for strikes. That's just how confident this guy is. He can locate it well. He'll have some success.
Well, he'll need confidence in this situation now. Caden Kent on first. Ryder Helfrich on third. With 2 away and a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first, Tate McGuire's got to take on the 5-hole hitter Nick Dumenel. He's been on base in all but 1 game in the second half. First pitch to the righty. And the Cal Baptist outfielder watches strike 1. This kid leads the league in stolen bases, too. 21 swipes in the year.
Don't let him get on base.
Game-tying run, 90 feet away. McGuire shakes off the sign. Now he gets what he likes. Pick off to first. It's not in time. No balls, 1 strike, 2 down, bottom first, 1-0 Wareham. McGuire sets. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pump the heat right by him. It's 0-2. McGuire from the full. The 0-2. Swing and a miss again. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night on a steady diet of heaters for the final batter of the inning. 2 are left on base after a walk and a hit from McGuire, and he maintains a 1-0 lead over Brewster as we head to the second at Stony Brook Field on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. For a good piece of glass, call Abby. Located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham, call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs. Mastria Auto Group. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, call Mastria Auto Group for all your Kia, Cadillac, Mazda, VW, Subaru, and Nissan needs. Mastria delivers. www.mastria.com.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding area since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Shore, South Coast, or Cape Cod area? Joanne Stevenson has been selling Massachusetts since 2000. Specializing in residential real estate, she is a part of the #1 Berkshire Hathaway Robert Paul team. Whether you are looking for your first home, vacation home, or relocating, call Joanne Stevenson, your local Wareham agent, for all your real estate needs. A proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
2 of the best offenses in the league and 2 of the best pitchers on the mound. Jay Clemente, the one to falter first after giving up a run in the top half of the inning back in the first frame. So we enter the top of the second, and Brewster's down 1-0 on their home field. Kyle Marchak with Ethan Eibe. Good start out of the Gatemen.
Absolutely. Tate McGuire, just incredible fortitude in that inning. Having runners on first and third, less than 2 outs, coming back with 2 clutch strikeouts. Mentioned before, this team needs to score early and often. They have a chance to extend this lead here.
So McGuire strands 2 Brewster Whitecaps in the bottom half of the first. So Antonio Jimenez batting 5th with 6 and 7 behind him to start off the top of the second. They plated a run on first a double from Summerhill, and he came around to score on a stolen base and an RBI ground out from Murph Gray. Talk about Wareham manufacturing a run, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's what this team has been able to do so well, especially as of late.
Jimenez can manufacture runs in 1 swing, leads the team with 5 homers this year. Clemente turns and deals a curveball way high as Jimenez shows bunt, pulls away, and there's ball 1. Fog only thickening in a 1-0 Wareham lead, top 2. And the 1-0 deal to Jimenez. Curveball swung on and clubbed. It 3 hops into the mitt of Farrell between the wickets. He gloves it, tosses to first. It's a ground out on pitch number 2 of the inning, 1 away. Turns it over to Eli Putnam. Guy who's had an up-and-down season. 253 hitter, just 3 for his last 19 in the last 5 games.
Does have 3 hits in his last 3, though.
Yeah, snapped a little bit of a skid.
That no for 11. I think he broke that over at Falmouth a couple of days back.
So with 1 away, first pitch to the righty out of Davidson. Clemente kicks and slings. Swing and a miss. Goes upstairs with the heat. It's 0-1.
He holds the rare distinction of being one of 4 players in the Cape League this year with multiple triples.
He's got a pair. That's why the Gatemen lead the league in triples. 0-1 deal. And the heater's right down Broadway for strike 2. No ball, 2-strike delivery from the full. He curls and unfurls, and a heater's outside.
You know, Kyle, we haven't heard who will be opposing Clemente to start the All-Star game for the West Division. Why not Tate McGuire? If they're both pitching on the same day, they're on the same schedule.
That's true. They'd both be ready. 1-2 curveball swung on and popped to the right side. Reaching through the fog is the second baseman. And finding it is Farrow. 2 down.
Could be plausible, though.
And that's the interesting part in terms of scheduling. It makes it a lot easier for both coaches when you have players that want to stick around the entire season. And we know that Ryan Smythe, that's what he preaches.
Yep, and he's got quite a few guys on this roster that have been able to stick around the majority of the season. Definitely not something he had last year.
Colby Turner's been here since day 1, and he digs in for his first AB today. First pitch to the right-handed bat out of Michigan. Right down the middle, 0-1. Turner 5 for 9 in his last 3. He's heating up as a .239 hitter. From the full, here's the 0-1, and it's down.
Doubled his RBI total yesterday from 2 to 4. Certainly been finding that stroke.
Clemente pierced the tips of his glove, toes the first base side of the rubber and slings, and it's a slider below the knees for ball 2. Here's the defensive alignment for Brewster. Cooper Vest in left, DeMetal in center, Macias in right. Get to the infield in a second. He gets the sign, 2-1 with 2 away. Swing and a cue shot to the right side. It lands in the mid of the first baseman, Donay. He's got Cuvée across from him with Kent and Farrow up the middle, and Helfrich, the catcher. That retires the side as we finally sneak in the Brewster defense. And a quick game today, but Wareham does lead it 1-0. Nothing doing here as they're down in order in the second. Bottom 2 up next from Brewster on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Welcome into our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off in 2024. And our first guest, as we get to know you, is Tony Pluta, a right-handed pitcher out of Arizona. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tony. Well, you're from Chicago, so what brought you out west to Arizona?
So my recruiting coordinator at Arizona knew my high school coach really well and knows that whole area very well. So it's just kind of how I got connected with them.
Gotcha. So they reached out to you in high school. You told me you topped out at 95 in high school, so pretty easy to get noticed?
Yeah, that definitely helps. But, you know, going to all the tournaments and all that kind of thing helps.
Okay, well, on top of that, you've developed some accolades in your short career in college baseball so far. You were in the Northwoods last year, and then college ball treated you well in 2024. Your spring was pretty fun. How about that Pac-12 championship? What was that like?
It was amazing, especially being the last Pac-12 championship. It was an awesome feeling to win the last Pac-12 game ever.
Yeah, and then Brendan Summerhill, your Gateman teammate, hit the walk-off. So is it cool to share that moment with your Summer teammate as well?
Oh yeah, it's great. Every moment with Summer is something special, so it's great to have a teammate like that.
Speaking of Summer, you've been to a lot of different baseball destinations. This is kind of your first one for an extended period of time out east. Where does Wareham rank all time?
It's pretty great. I mean, the Northwoods was definitely its own thing, but I love Wareham. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. We made it to home plate, so my final question for you, what's the goal this summer?
Just pitch well, throw strikes, and get guys out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Kyle.
That's our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. We'll catch you guys next week.
Murph Gray with an RBI ground out in the top of the first. Nothing after that in top of the second here at Brewster. The Gatemen go down in order, so they head to the bottom of the second. Tate McGuire retakes the bump for his 6th start of the year as Wareham leads it 1-0. Got out of a 2-runner jam, left them both stranded with a pair of strikeouts to finish off the bottom of the first. So now he faces Colby Shelton, Brody Donay, and Cooper Vest to start off this second frame. Righty on lefty, Shelton digs in. Florida DH today, and he's laid on a fastball, 0-1.
Shelton was drafted in the 19th round this year by the Washington Nationals, but he'll undoubtedly be returning to Florida for his junior year.
Another legit power bat added to a strong Whitecaps offense as the next pitch bounces a 58-foot curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. First batter of the home half of the second.
This is a guy with another year of collegiate development, could easily be a top 5, top 3 round pick.
Broke Alabama's freshman home run record, and then after hitting 24 there, popped another 20 with Florida this year, 1-1. And changeup is just below the patella tendons for ball 2. First batter of the second. And McGuire from the full lets it fly. Same spot, 3-1.
Strikeout was a problem for him this year for the Gators, and it's been prevalent in his short time with Brewster already. 17 at-bats, he struck out 8 times.
3-1 pitch to the lefty. Swing and a line drive the other way. This one right at the left fielder, Turner. Loud out, but it's 1 away. So they turn it over to another Florida Gator, Brody Donay. He's in an 0 for 8 in his last 3, but a 243 hitter on the year.
29, Brody Donay.
It was a Ryder Helfrich walk and a Caden Kent single in the first. McGuire navigated that. So 1 hit apiece here as Wareham still leads it 1-0. 1 away in the first pitch to the righty Donay. It is just off the plate. Ball 1. Donay, 6'5", tall for a catcher. 1-0. Check swing. Did he go around? And the first base umpire, Matthew Newman, says yes, sir. So it's a 1-1 count.
Today's another swing and miss kind of guy, but when he gets a hold of one, man, did they go far.
1-1 pitch. McGuire turns and lets it fly. And that's strike 2. Snuck the slider in their front door. So Donay, you think he projects more as a first baseman? That's where he's playing today.
Yes, definitely. With his frame 6'7", not something you see behind the plate too often.
Kick and the 1-2. Curveball outside. He spits on it. So it's a 2-2 count with 1 down, home half of the second inning here at Stony Brook Field. If the Gatemen win today, they clinch a playoff spot for the first time in 5 years. Well, they could get the Commodores to lose, but they are playing Harwich today. So not likely. 2-2 on the way. Curveball swung on and clubbed off the end of the bat. It's hit hard, though, to left center, and it keeps traveling. But on the track, a running catch from Summerhill as he finds a loud out number 2.
I mean, look how much power Donay was able to generate with the ball off the end of the bat. There you go. But to your point, Kyle, I'm sure the Gatemen would like to say that they did it themselves today.
Number 7, Cooper Vest.
You don't want to rely on another team. Just bring it into your own hands. But Whitecaps have given them trouble. They lead the season series against Wareham 2-1, and both their wins against them via mercy rule. 2 away, here's Cooper Vest, and a pitch right down the middle, 0-1. Vest out of BYU, the left fielder. He's in an 0 for 11 in his last 3. 0-1 with a close-footed stance crowding from the left side. And the high heat is about Bill high, so he watches ball 1. One pitch from the full. Just outside. Changeup spun away. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Wareham leads it 1-0. McGuire ready. He steps. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Right under the fastball, 2-2. McGuire kicks and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the off speed this time. It's strikeout number 3 for McGuire as he dazzles through 2 innings. It's 1-0 Wareham as we head to the third, but let's stick right here, guys. For the radio listeners behind the scenes, you guys won't see it, but we are doing another Gatemen Grubs. It is a donut with some ice cream and sprinkles in between. It's called the Cloza, as Madison Walker and Ethan Eibe are alongside me. I'm Kyle Marchak. Guys, I love this. I love this stuff.
What's it called?
The Cloza.
The Cloza. What is, so we've got...
How are you attacking this?
Yeah, I have no idea. So it's ice cream in the middle of a couple of donuts. So this is terrific stuff right here.
All right, well, you guys go first.
I'm just going to go all in on this guy.
Oh, man. Let's get the cartoon chomp on that one. You do have to take a big bite. So Joseph Patrick Henry, the guy who has been producing the shows alongside Allison DeWitt all summer, and also has a hefty sum of money that he's had to drop on these foods. So since you're the one that ordered it, Joe, hop on the mic and real quick and describe to us exactly what this intakes. What ice cream flavor do we got going on here?
Excuse me, what am I doing?
Describe the food item to us.
Describing the item? The Cloza, with the Boston accent, is a grilled donut smorgasbord sandwich situation encased with some vanilla ice cream and chocolate sprinkles. Is this for me? Oh my. Guys.
Well, I just took a nibble.
2 kinds.
Smorgasbord.
Right.
That's what I would have said.
Give some to Kyler.
That'll play.
Give some to Kyler.
All right, Kyler, our videographer. It was pretty good. I mean, a donut and ice cream go really well together.
That's dangerous. That's good.
Kyler says it's dangerous.
That's good.
All right, well, the Gatemen are up 1-0. Jay Clementi's about to take the bump
I
for
like
the
ice cream with the sprinkles.
Gatemen
The
offense.
best.
So, real quick, before we start hitting again, guys, your ratings.
8.1.
8.1. I'm going to go 9.5 on this guy.
I mean, wow.
You know, I would say a 10, but I'm getting sprinkles on my scorebook, so I'm going to go 9.26.
That's awfully specific, Kyle. I like it.
8.1.
So, someone mind taking the sandwich for me? All right, stepping up to the dish, it's Michael Lippy for his first at-bat today. Why not eat some good food? The Gatemen are winning against Brewster. First pitch to the righty out of Louisville, and it's a called strike. Thank you guys for sticking around radio style as well. For those listening at home, a delicious sandwich we just ate. 0-1. And that one is lined foul. 0-2.
I told myself no more ice cream while broadcasting, and I just broke my own rule.
I mean, it's bad for the throat, isn't it?
That's the main reason. Dairy and talking don't mix.
No, they don't. 0-2, first batter of the third inning as Wareham leads at 1-0. Here's the pitch to Lippy. And it's up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, no, there's all these sprinkles, and Maddie's getting them all off. As you guys might know, Madison does not like messes. 1-2. And he clubs that one foul. Just a little jam shot, and it reaches the seats. I couldn't tell you what it is, but it's just my favorite social media segment we do, Ethan.
Yeah, it's always a fun, chaotic time, but a delicious time as well.
Gaben plated a run on a Summerhill double and then an RBI ground out for Murph Gray in the first. Since then, no hits from them. Clemente made them go 1-2-3. Lippy batting 8th. First batter of the top of the third. He gets the sign and the 1-2. Pops him straight up, but that one will sneak out of play behind home plate. Remains a 1-2 count. Lippy's first start in the past 5 days. 1-2 from the full. Swing and a miss. Got him with the slider. Catcher Helfrich will have to secure it. The toss to first is in time. And there's one away.
Lippy's the guy who might get more of an opportunity now that Jason Reinhardt's out of the picture. Just released a couple of days ago.
Now batting, the catcher from UCL.
Hitting coach Mike Mobbs is telling us a funny story about, the mob sauce and tradition with that. And, pour one out for the homie.
Oh, man. That's what they do.
With the mob sauce for Reinhardt now that he is departed. Batting 9th, Aris Rivera making his Cape League debut. First at-bat for him as he digs in. And the righty, check swing. It's a strike over a slider. Committed to Central Florida, this kid has got some real potential.
Absolutely. And what a journey he's been on. From a JUCO walk-on to a Division I scholarship. He's earned every bit of this.
Called strike 2. Front door slider sneaks in there, 0-2.
Couple of seasons at Polk State College in Winter Haven, Florida. Couple of solid seasons there.
and then has spent a couple of summers in the Florida League. 0-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3. Well, that's how you introduce him to the league. It's a fastball to paint him, and it's a backwards K for out number 2.
So continuing the conversation about the mob sauce, this is something we talked about a couple of weeks back, but to remind you, that's the hitting coach Mike Mobbs' lunch every day is some green slop, is what he likes to call it. But on occasion, he'll give a little bit to his hitters just to give them the extra oomph they need when they get into the batter's box.
Brendan Summerhill, one of those kids that got it yesterday. First pitch to the lefty who doubled to start off the game. He's laid on a fastball 0-1. As we've seen, the mob sauce has paid dividends even when there was a threat of it not doing so.
Exactly. It's on a 7-game hitting streak. Both Brendan Summerhill and Reese Chapman got a taste of it yesterday and didn't get a hit until their final at-bats.
0-1 is clubbed foul, just under a low fastball, 0-2.
The other victims of the mob sauce, or the beneficiaries, I should say, Bobby Bozer, Nate Early, Michael Lippi, and also Gio Cueto before he departed.
7 for 7. Every time they have mob sauce before a game, they get a hit. 0-2 from the full. Clemente lets it fly, and it flies upstairs. Ball 1.
I believe Madison Walker possesses the full ingredient list of mob sauces, and she's given us a funny look.
Madison Walker, ever so cryptic. 1-2 with 2 away. Curveball swung on in line. It one hops to the forehand side of Farrow, the second baseman. Throw to first is in time by a step. It's 6 straight retired by Clemente as he has another 1-2-3 inning to finish off the side. The Gatemen on 1 hit still lead it 1-0, but that hit came 2 innings ago. So bottom of the 3rd we go, and the Whitecaps looking to tie it at home against the Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I couldn't get out, so they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence. They had to pull the fence.
And an incredible guest for us today on the pod, in the words of the great Jason Stark, writer, broadcaster, and distinguished former major leaguer, Doug Glanville. Doug, it is terrific to have you on today.
So, any favorite ballparks that you visited while you were in the Cape?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to love Spillane Field with like the all dirt infield or whatever he had going there, the darkened dirt. Let me see. Well, I didn't like Bourne because one time I slid for a ball. I was doing that cool move where the ball's up against the fence and you slide around it and then pop up and throw. And then I slid and went through the fence. So my leg got caught in the fence and I couldn't do it. I had to roll the ball to the right fielder and I couldn't get out. So they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence and to pull the fence.
Oh my God.
So that wasn't a good memory. So Bourne, the fog always rolled in there.
Two of the best offenses in the league square up here in Brewster, but it's a pitcher's duel. Tate McGuire will retake the bump. He's got 2 scoreless innings under his belt as Wareham leads it 1-0 over the Whitecaps at Stony Brook Field. 9-hole hitter Dallas Macias getting his first licks today. First pitch to the left-handed bat out of Oregon State. It's a called strike in the outside edge.
Just 1 hit for either side. Both of these starting pitchers have settled in. McGuire's retired 5 in a row. Clemente 9 in a row.
0-1, he turns from the full. And that's a changeup low. Whitecaps with a walk and a single back-to-back in the first. It was Helfrich and Kent. Helfrich stranded on third, Kent on first. No base runners since after a 1-2-3 second inning. 1-1 is a back foot slider that misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. Macias 2 for 10 in the last 3 games, but a .265 hitter on the season. McGuire ready. He steps in the proposition. Backdoor slider. Sneak it in there for strike 2. Uh-oh, that fog is thickening.
It really is. It's getting closer. I have a bad feeling about this.
Star Wars reference. 2-2 on the way. Just inside. Trying to get him with a heater. Said it's a full count.
Never tell me the odds. I could do this all day.
You could. You literally could. I challenge you to sneak in 2 more before the end of this inning.
Easy.
3-2, and the offer. Curveball is swatted foul. First batter of the home half of the third. Wareham down 2-1 in the season series against Brewster. They could both tie the season series tonight and also clinch a playoff spot for the first time since 2019. Full count offer. Swing and a line drive out to shallow left center. It doinks in and rolls into the mitt of Summerhill for a base hit. Leadoff single.
I have a feeling this is going to be one of those games where it's a rush to get to 5 innings.
Now batting, the second baseman
Might
from
be.
Florida State, number 3, Drew Farrow.
Drew Farrow, second at bat today. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to Desero to lead off the ball game. First pitch, he tries to go down for a curveball but misses. Strike 1. So 2 hits for Brewster, 1 for Wareham. Yet the Gatemen, the ones with a 1-0 advantage here in the bottom of the third. Farrow ready with a tall stance in the left-handed batter's box. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chase the low stuff again, so it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Macias on first with a single. 0-2 on the way. Swing and a roller. Out to Desero. He picks it up, looks to second. Throw there in time. Jimenez to first. Safe. Farrow beats it out, but they get the runner the short way over at second, so a fielder's choice, and there's 1 down.
Really tough play to turn that. Desero did well to get it to Jimenez in time, but Farrow just too quick up the first base line.
So Farrow moves to first with 1 away. Here in bottom 3, Eric Luxus comes out of the dugout here and picks up a shin guard, tosses it towards home plate, and now ambles out to the mound to have a chat with Tate McGuire here. Ryder Helfrich, best power hitter in the league, so he steps up. He walked in the first, and he draws a lot of those. And McGuire's day is done. Interesting. Must have been a low innings count. So just like that, we're going to have a call to the bullpen here. We're going to step away for a second, get you the name of the new arm for Wareham as lead at 1-0 with 1 away in the home half of the third at Stony Brook Field on the Gatemen Baseball Network powered by Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Jacob Faulkner to come out of the bullpen for Tate McGuire, who is responsible for a runner on first with 1 away in the bottom of the third. Wareham looking to maintain a 1-0 advantage over Brewster to tie their season series. And Faulkner with a team-leading 11th appearance out of the bullpen. He's been solid out of Princeton, the right-hander with a 2.65 ERA in 17 innings pitched.
Yep, there's a reason he's an all-star, so one all-star follows another, and it's likely that Tate McGuire is dealing with an innings limit, as so many pitchers do in the Cape League. It's a battle that Ryan Smythe and every Cape League manager has to deal with, so they're likely limiting his innings per start just to be able to spread him out more so he can complete this season with the Gatemen.
McGuire, to his credit, has 2 1/3 under his belt. Currently scoreless, but did allow a single and then a fielder's choice. So Drew Farreau on first is McGuire's responsibility. As Faulkner takes over, he'll face Helfrich, Kent, and Cuvée here. Gatemen plated their run in the first and have not really shown any offense since. So continuing this trend of good pitching will be pretty important for Wareham.
Yep, pitcher's duel here tonight. Didn't expect anything less as the fog continues to roll in.
Now batting, the catcher from
Fog thickening here in Brewster. Just Wareham's second visit to Stony Brook Field in 2024. Last time they were here, it was Game 3 of the season. They lost 11-0. Looking to change their ways now. Here's Helfrich with a runner on first. Submariner turns around and throws a pickoff to first. It's not in time. Lucas Malstead out of Clemson was the other Submariner out of the bullpen for Wareham. He has since departed, so now we've got Faulkner as one of a kind. First offer, and he drops down and delivers a fastball on the outside edge, strike one. Mo one. And the pitch. Swing and a rollover to short. Jimenez charging. Forehand grab. Flip to second in time. On to first. And not time there. So another fielder's choice. And there's two down as they get Farreau at second. And Helfrich's aboard. They turn it over to Caden Kent.
You know, with it being literacy night yesterday at the ballpark, we were talking about which Gatemen players are the most well-read. What books do they read? We talked about Tony Pluta. I'm surprised we didn't talk about Jacob Faulkner, seeing as he's the only Ivy Leaguer on the roster.
Yeah, I don't know why we hadn't thought of that. Only Ivy Leaguer. You're right.
Princeton.
Joyzy. So there's one away and a runner on first as Faulkner looks to keep it a 1-0 Wareham lead in the bottom of the third. Two away and a line drive from Kent on the first pitch into left center field. It drops down for a knock. Helfrich rounds second, halts the brakes there.
Second time we've seen that from Caden Kent today. He sent two soft liners out to left and right field. Both of them not super hard hit, but perfectly placed.
Now batting, the third baseman from Miami.
So Kent, now 2 for 2 today.
Daniel.
He's on first, Helfrich's on second. And with two outs, Cuvée will dig in. He's fifth in the league in home runs. He's also got a little 3-game hitting streak going. He's 4 for his last 10 with 2 runners on. Tying run in scoring position as it's 1-0 Wareham in the bottom of the third. First pitch to the righty, and it's a foul tip right into the mitt of Aris Rivera for strike one. Cuvée stands tall as he crowds from the right side of the dish. Faulkner bends over and tosses the 0-1, and there's a little flipper foul to the right side 0-2 count to Cuvée.
Is it just me, or is the fog getting a little bit better?
It's been in and out. Sometimes it'll be bad in left center, then like center field opens up like right now, and then it's a little harder to see that flagpole out in right center. Just an ominous mist. And we're at the will of it right now. 0-2 and 2 down. The pitch. Check swing. And did he go around? No, says the first base umpire, Matthew Newman. Man, that was close.
Very close.
So Cuvée stays alive on an off speed he thought he might offer at. Instead, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 away. 2 ducks in the pond right now. And Faulkner looking to take over for McGuire, who threw 2 1/3 scoreless. Faulkner steps in the pitch. It's just low. 2-2. So 3 hits, but no runs for Brewster today. And the fog making a strong return now in the outfield. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2 runners on. And the pitch. Swing and a roller out to second. Desero has it. Flip to second is in time for out number 3. Faulkner gets out of the 2-runner jam and keeps it a 1-0 ball game as we head to the 4th. Gatemen with an advantage over Brewster at Stony Brook Field on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Gatemen and the Whitecaps battling in a pitcher's duel as we head to the top of the fourth at Stony Brook Field. Gatemen with a lot of storylines tonight. They win, they clinch a playoff spot. They win, they also tie a season series with a team from the East that's had their number this year. So Wareham with a 1-0 lead, just one hit to their credit, yet they have the advantage over the Whitecaps. Just shy of midway through this contest. 3 hits for Brewster, but no runs. It's been an interesting pitcher's duel.
Yeah, Jake Clemente has really been locked in these last couple of innings. After that leadoff double for Summerhill, who later came around to score on Murph Gray's ground out to third, he's retired 9 in a row.
Yohan Desero was the first one retired of the ball game after Summerhill's leadoff double. He struck out, so he's 0 for 1 and looks to break this streak now. First pitch to the lefty out of Stetson, and the off speed is low.
So 2 games today have been postponed due to the fog, and the 2 teams in this area, Orleans against Catuit and Chatham against Tyannis.
1-0 from the full, and a ground ball's just foul. This fog here in Brewster is just teasing us. Sometimes it looks bad, sometimes it's normal. 1-1. Desero is ready, and the pitch to him. Swing and a line drive out to right center field. It's going to split the gap and roll all the way to the track. He rounds first, loses the helmet, and halts the break. Halfway to second, he returns, and with a long single, he pulls up with a leadoff knock here in the fourth.
Good choice to not chance it with the extra 90 feet. You're only up by a run. You need any base runner that you can get. Desero continues his tear as of late.
He's 10 for his last 26 through that 5-game stretch that he's been hitting in. So he starts this inning with a hit. Second knock for Wareham tonight. He takes a small lead off of first, and Murph Gray, second in the league and runs batted in, stands in. First pitch to the right-handed bat. Swing and a fly ball into the fog out in right field. Coming into his left and finding it is Macias, out number 1. You know, you keep this ball below the level of the trees at least that surround the outfield as a backstop, it's fine. But that ball goes up into this mist and gray overcast, and you begin to think about how this fog can actually affect this game.
Yeah, that ball disappears up there pretty easily. Just forget about it.
Reese Chapman digs in, see if he can hit one into the fog and out of the ballpark. Hasn't hit a home run in 4 days now. He's got 2 this year. And that one's down low. And burst into second base on no contest is Desero. He swipes it. And a runner in scoring position with 1 away.
Chapman's been a better hitter on the road for the Gatemen this year. 8 of his 10 RBI have come away from Spillane Field.
Hitless in 1 try. Grounded to second. Back in the first. 1-0 with a runner on second. And the pitch. Heater painted on the inside edge. Strike 1. Chapman ready. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top 4. And the offer. Curveball swung on and grounded. Reaching over the second baseman, can't get it. It's off the glove of Farrow and into right. Coming home is Desiro. The throw from right is offline as Macias can't get it in. And Desiro slides in safe. It is a one-out RBI knock for Chapman, who extends the Gatemen lead. It's 2-0 in the fourth.
Oh, there you go. Found the hole on the right side, and Desiro, no hesitation around third base.
Clutch knock with a runner in scoring position, a statistic that has evaded Wareham recently, but yesterday they had 5 hits with runners in scoring position. Looking to continue that trend. They've got one now, and they lead it 2-0. One away, top 4 in Brewster. And here's Antonio Jimenez with a runner on. First pitch, a slider in there, 0-1. Jimenez ready with one down. And the pitch from Clemente. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 6 losses in the second half. The Gatemen are 5-6. Past the midway point of the season. And in those 6 losses, a combined 8 for 62 with the runners in scoring position. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Clemente ready. He coils and fires. Fastball swung on and clubbed. This one tailing down the right field line. It drops in for a base hit. Off to the races. Jimenez heading to second. Chapman going to third, and he gets the stop sign there as Jimenez pops up with a one-out double. Second hit of the inning, and 2 runners are in scoring position with 1 away in the fourth.
Stayed back on that pitch, drove it the other way. That's the skill that Antonio Jimenez has. And they've set up Eli Putnam really well here.
Now batting, the first baseman from Davidson, number 11, Eli Putnam.
And Putnam, top 3 on this team in runs batted in. Today he's 0 for 1, and he's looking to heat back up. He's got 2 runners in scoring position with 1 away, top 4. And the first pitch from Clemente. Fastball swung on and flipped foul to the right side. A 1. Clemente looks to third as the infield comes in with 1 down. The offer. And a curveball's just off the plate. 1-1 count. So Chapman stands on third, Jimenez on second. And a barbershop quartet of Whitecaps on the edge of the infield grass. The 1-1 deal on the way. And a changeup's low. Putnam spits on it, and it's ball 2. Righty on righty. Clemente gets the sign. Here's the 2-1 from the full. Curveball swung on and lined. It's foul down the right field line. Moves to a 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Clemente shakes off the sign, gets what he likes. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a pop-up, and it's foul again. Putnam battling here.
Good at-bat from Eli.
Looking to get on top of the ball now. Infield still in with 1 away. Gatemen lead it 2-0 in the top of the fourth. The pitch. Swing and a line drive past the reaching glove of Farrow and into right center field. Chapman scores. Jimenez coming. The throw is cut off. 2 runs come in on a 1-out RBI knock from Putnam. It is 4-0. They have jumped on one of the best pitchers in the league here in the fourth.
4 hits already in this frame. That's a ball that Drew Farrow, he's going to be kicking himself because he knows that he should have had that one. It was within his range, but with the infield in, allowed that ball to get by him.
Not much you can do with a hard hit ball through the right side. Putnam with the situational hitting. Gatemen with a situational hitting here. They've got 2 hits with runners in scoring position already today. A 3 spot so far here in the fourth, and still 1 out as Putnam stands on first. And now it's a meeting on the mound. Looks like Jake Clemente's day is done. So a lefty coming out of the bullpen for the Brewster Whitecaps will step away and get you his name. A pitching change from Stony Brook Field. 4-0 Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Justin Eibe here with another edition of Wareham Walk-Off, and today it's right-handed pitcher Cole Lehman out of Lehigh University. Cole, it's great to have you. Let's get going.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did you even find your way to Wareham?
There was an old player at Lehigh a couple years ago, Mason Black. He played for Brewster. I think Coach Smythe was an assistant there, so there might have been some type of connection there. Other than that, it's always a goal of mine to be up here, and my coach at Lehigh made it happen, so I'm very excited to be here.
Things that you are working on this summer.
Yeah, I think I've found success in it in one of my starts, just kind of throwing the fastball in. That was a huge thing. Coach Luxus said that to us day one. Fastball in and change-ups to righties, so we've been trying to work on those things and, just keep my stuff working.
There you go. So, over at Lehigh, you are an economics major with a Spanish minor. Now, I'd love to know why the choice in both the major and the minor?
Well, I had a great economics teacher in high school, Mr. Wagner, and then Spanish minor, I just did some traveling as a kid. My family, we went to Cuba. I played in Puerto Rico for a week.
How are you enjoying the Cape League experience so far?
Oh, it's great. I love all the guys, love the coaches, love my host family. Tate, I live with Tate, love Tate.
That you think more people should know about Cole Lehman?
Well, I have a special talent of finding four-leaf clovers.
Really?
So that's something. But try to be energetic, try to bring good energy every day. At school, something I'm big on is trying to help the younger guys, do the best they can and grow into the best pitchers they can be. So it's a big part of my game and who I am. So, yeah.
Cole Lehman, always looking to pass it along. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Jake Clemente's day is done as they come in with a pitching change, and it's Zach Johnston to take over. Out of Wake Forest, the left-handed pitcher will make his 6th appearance for the Whitecaps tonight. Jake Clemente, all-star pitcher, 3 1/3 to his credit. He's responsible for the runner on first. Johnston kicks and deals to Colby Turner, his first batter, swinging a cue shot right in front of home plate. It bounces just foul as the catcher, Helfrich, picks it up, so it's a foul ball, strike one.
Quite the rally the Gatemen have going here. 3 runs in this 4th inning to make it 4-0, and they're looking for more.
Johnston this year, 5.59 ERA, 9 2/3 under his belt. Kind of a long relief guy, but the Gatemen lead it 4-0 with 1 out in the top of the 4th. Runner goes, the pitch, swung on and rolled, past the glove of the first baseman, Donay, and into right field. Putnam pulls up to third. Stopping at first is Turner. How about 4 hits in the inning and threatening for more runs?
Everything coming up Gatemen right now. A lot of hard ground balls, hard line drives, but they're finding holes. Colby Turner did that right there.
So Putnam moves to third. Turner stands on first with the corners occupied. Michael Lippy will step in. He's hitless in 1 try. Gatemen with 6 hits now as they lead it 4-0. Lefty on righty. Johnston is ready. Pick off to first. Not even close. And the fog thickening once more here at Stony Brook Field. Johnston ready. He sets at the belt. Looks to first. And the 0-1 offer to home. Fastball swung on and scorched out to left center field. It splits the gap and rolls all the way to the track. Putnam scores easily. Turner churning for third. He stops there. Going back to first and pulling up with a 1-out knock is Michael Lippy.
Words cannot express how badly Michael Lippy needed that. He was 2 for his last 16. Guy who hasn't started in 5 days, and he comes up.
And the Gatemen offense having another day here. In the second half, they've struggled offensively. There was a stretch where they scored 2 runs in 2 games and 2 consecutive losses. And after 10 runs yesterday, they pull back out. They've got 5 runs on 7 hits. They lead at 5-0 with 1 away in the 4th. First pitch to Rivera, and he clubs one out to center field. Ranging over at the track, looking up and making a sprinting catch is DeMetal in center field. Tagging from third and coming home to score is Turner. It's a 1-out sac fly. Any way you can bring them in, they've done it this inning. 5 runs in the 4th. It is 6-0 Wareham.
Just a string of productive at-bats. First Cape League RBI for Rivera as well. A crooked number is really what they needed to separate themselves.
And the Gatemen now bat through the order. Michael Lippy still on first. He hit a single. It's the 5th hit of the inning for the Gatemen. Pardon me, 6th. And now Summerhill looks to continue the trend. He doubled to start the ball game. Came around to score in the 1st. Since then, a ground out. So he's 1 for 2. First pitch to the left-handed bat out of Arizona. And a slider's in there, front door for strike one.
Gatemen batting around here.
Summers ready. And the 0-1, runner goes. Club swung on and missed. The throw down to second, foot first slide, he's safe. Stolen base.
Why not take the extra 90 while they're down?
Yeah, Michael Lippy moving into scoring position. That's his first stolen base of the year. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Zach Johnston, first guy out of the bullpen for Brewster, and they're down 6-0 with 2 away in the 4th. The pitch swung on and popped foul. No 0-2 with 2 down. And the pitch outside.
Summerhill is one of the better guys with runners in scoring position this year. 318 average.
Runner on second. Summerhill looking to continue the scoring sprout here in the 4th. 1-2. Called strike 3. Backwards K to finish the side as Zach Johnston comes in for Jay Clemente, but they jumped on that all-star pitcher in Clemente. How about 5 hits for 5 runs here in the 4th? It is now 6-0 Wareham as we head to the home half of the 4th. Good guys leading it on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Welcome into our next installment of the Wareham Walk-Off, and this time we're joined by a Wareham Gatemen infielder out of Fresno State, Murph Gray. You ready to roll?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. Well, how was the Cape trip choose your destination this summer?
Honestly, pretty great. I love it out here. The weather's nice. The people are great, and I'm playing with some of the best, so I love it.
Warm weather, too, I guess kind of akin to California being from there?
Yeah, pretty similar. I'd say it's more humid here, but I mean, it's more dry heat in California.
Gotcha. All right, well, before you were Mountain West Freshman of the Year, you had a pretty good high school athletic career. I heard you played basketball. Were you a good hooper?
Yeah, I was a decent hooper. I played some center, some power forward. I did all right.
Okay, you were kind of forcing that center role. I mean, you're 6'4", 6'5". I guess you were the tallest kid on the team?
Oh, yeah, for sure the tallest on the team, so I kind of got forced into that.
Okay, well, another thing that you did that you don't do now was pitch in high school. Is it true that you tossed a perfect game?
Yeah, so that was our first game of the season. I tossed a perfect game, and it was honestly just kind of weird and surreal since I wasn't going to be a pitcher at the next level, so it was just...
And then where did that transition happen where you decided to just become a hitter?
I want to say about my junior year of high school, I was more focused on hitting, just becoming a better hitter, kind of bettering myself, and then I love hitting. It's my passion. So.
Well, you're pretty good at it. You're on a hot streak right now, and you hit 3 home runs in a matter of 48 hours at the beginning of this week, too. Oh, yeah. So we're glad to have you. My final note on that, to get to know you before we end this session, your birth certificate says Tristan. So where did the name Murph come from?
So the name Murph comes from the movie Like Mike, one of my favorite movies. Little white kid in there named Murph. Super pale, super white, and then when I was born, I was the same way, super pale, so the nickname just kind of stuck ever.
7 hits and 5 runs as the Gatemen jump out to a 6-0 lead against Brewster as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Jacob Faulkner, second inning of relief. First one out of the bullpen in this ball game. Just 3 hits for the Whitecaps, and the first pitch by Dumanil is swung on and popped high to the left side, off a hop, picking up Jimenez, throw to first, a nice running play for out number 1.
Man, that play fires me up. That is the speediest guy in the entire Cape League, and Antonio Jimenez had no margin for error on that play, running and throwing on the run as well.
Just a soft pop off the ground and picking it up on a pick and making that crossbody throw. So, on one pitch, there's 1 out for Faulkner as he takes over. Both teams go to the bullpen last half inning. Tate McGuire's final stat line, the starter for the Gatemen and an all-star. 2 1/3, no earned runs, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. Faulkner through an inning now, and the first pitch to the lefty Shelton. And it's just inside. Meanwhile, Jay Clemente, 6th best ERA in the league coming into this. That balloons up to a 3.68 as he gives up 5 earned runs and 3 1/3 on 5 hits. Good day for the Gatemen offense. 1-0, righty on lefty. And just off the plate on the outside edge this time, 2 balls and no strikes.
6 hits in that 4th inning. Just an onslaught.
a double, and then an array of singles out of Wareham. 2 balls, no strikes. To the 0-1 Shelton. There's a strike right down the middle this time. Through the fog today, the Gatemen bats have seen the ball well. Pitchers carrying their side. Here's the 2-1. At the knees, it's ball 3. Shelton, real power bat in the NCAA ranks, but in just his 6th game now for Brewster. He's 3 for 17. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Faulkner drops down and throws. Just low of the knees. So it's a 5-pitch walk. Shelton on base for the first time today. Runner on with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Gatemen lead it 6-0, and Brody Donay will step up. He's 0 for 1. Brody, same thing.
He's a Hokie, he's a Gator, we both should know.
More so I should know, you know. But more recently a Gator. Also hard to miss at 6'7". He's got a runner on. First pitch to the righty. Instead, it's a toss to first. Nothing doing. 7 hits for Wareham. And a 6-0 advantage over Brewster. Another pickoff, not in time. Bottom 4. Here at Stony Brook on a foggy day. The first pitch, swing, and a jam shot right back to Faulkner. Throw to second in time. Desereau has it. Throw to first. Double play. Quick inning for Jacob Faulkner, who cruises through the side in the minimum. And the Gatemen still lead it 6-0. So to continue the good vibes, let's send it to the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Madison Walker, for more.
Thank you so much, Kyle. It has been a slow couple of innings, but this one went by pretty fast. Let's go back to the top of the 4th. I mean, wow, right? Almost nearly every guy in our lineup got a hit, except for a few. I mean, we were just eating up these pitchers. Our guys are hot. The hot bats are back, like I said yesterday. I think we're looking pretty good, honestly, and pretty strong. I thought the fog was going to kind of affect us, but we must have all had Chipotle before the game, because I've learned that this is good luck. So I'm thinking that they all had Chipotle before this, because, wow, everyone's like pretty much got a hit so far. So you guys can ponder on that. Perhaps tell me your Chipotle order if you'd like, but I'm going to throw it back to you guys.
That's right. Who was the one that had Chipotle yesterday?
All of us.
Everybody.
Starting pitcher, Murph had it. Everybody.
Wow.
I didn't know I was still on air. I thought Kyle was just asking me personally. Every single day, the starting pitcher has it. I talked to Murph before the game. He had it. He said he went with all the guys. Nate Early always has it. I mean, guys, it's a staple. Everyone has it.
Okay.
Wow. It's great.
Well, we heard it from Cole Lehman before his last start that he did it. And then Tate McGuire, of course, in the pregame interview said so as well. So I guess it's a thing.
Wow, so Chipotle really a sign of good luck. Well, they must have had extra Chipotle today as the Gatemen lead it 6-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. I mean, the bats in just vintage form today, Ethan.
Yeah, especially in that 4th inning. 6 hits collected, just one after the other. Like they say, hitting is contagious, and it's spreading like wildfire today.
So Zach Johnston will make his 2nd inning of relief. He got the final 2 outs of the last inning, gave up an earned run to his credit on 2 hits. So that's what he's got so far. More importantly, the Gatemen jumped on Jake Clemente, who had the 6th best ERA in the league. Now it balloons up to 3.68 after allowing 5 earned runs in 3 1/3. So Johan Desereau led off last inning and looks to start that trend again. He's singled, so he's 1 for 2. First pitch to the left-handed bat out of Stetson, and a curveball's low. Zach Johnston, most recently coming off an appearance at Bourne. 3 innings pitched there, gave up an earned run. From the full, the lefty lets it fly, and the 1-0 is tapped foul. Big difference between the two pitchers. You had Clemente, who's right over the top from the right side, and now Zach Johnston, kind of a whippy sidewinder from the left. He's ready for the 1-1 and the offer. Swing and a grounder. Hit softly up the middle. Charging Farrow. Gloves at the hip. Throws to first. It's in time.
Well, we've seen Gator on the mound today. A couple of Gators for Brewster. You know, all season long, I've been hoping for a Gator on the Gatemen. And as of an hour ago, we finally have one. Bobby Bozer announcing his commitment to the University of Florida just today. How about that, huh?
South Florida Bull and now a Florida Gator.
Wasn't selected in the MLB draft, and he'll be finishing up his college career in Gainesville. How about that?
You excited for that?
Oh, I am stoked. I can't wait.
First pitch to Murph Gray. He's got an RBI, but he's 0 for 2. Swinging a soft roller through the grass to the left side. Hops right into the basket of Cuvée, who throws to first in time. 4 pitches, 2 ground outs. There's 2 away in the top of the 5th as Wareham still leads it 6-0 over Brewster.
This is a place, Gainesville, where Bobby Bozer's versatility is definitely going to be a tool because you've got Colby Shelton, who we're watching today for Brewster. He's the starting shortstop. Kate Curlin over at Harwich is the second baseman. He could slot in at third and back them up if necessary.
Certainly could. Was a great hitter that helped Wareham to the hot start that they had in the first half. 2 outs. Here's the first pitch to Reese Chapman, and the heat is low. Ball 1. Chapman today joined the fun in that 5-run 4th inning as Gatemen leads it 6-0. Hit an RBI single in that frame. He's 1 for 2. Lefty on lefty, the 1-0 deal. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of the off-speed, 1-1. One proposition on the way. Swing and a soft roller to the right side. It's hugging the chalk and bounces foul. Strike 2. Through an ominous mist and poor performances against Brewster, Gatemen have just powered back. Offense as good as it's been. Most runs they've scored against them this year is 8. That was in their lone win against the Whitecaps and a comeback effort 2 contests ago. Here they are leading at 6-0 just shy of midway through. 1-2 deal with 2 down. The pitch from Johnston. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. Johnston getting his first strikeout of the afternoon as he gets a bounce back 1-2-3 inning. But the Gatemen still lead it 6-0 midway through this contest in Brewster. We'll come back for the bottom of the 5th here at Stony Brook Field and the Gatemen Baseball Network powered by Cape League TV.
PC is a Massachusetts-based leading-edge real estate closing, title, settlement, and personal injury and litigation law firm. Our clients trust us to provide the most comprehensive real estate closing and litigation services in Massachusetts. Our full network of closing and settlement attorneys, agencies, and litigators have expanded throughout New England and beyond. We deliver on that trust and reliance by offering the best professional prompt assistance, advanced technology, and state-of-the-art closing services in the real estate law and litigation business today. Our commitment to excellence, honest reputation, and tradition of aggressive representation to provide quality legal services is what we will continue to demonstrate at Sync Law. We believe and will prove that successfully addressing client needs requires more than just knowledge of the law. It requires a mastery of good representation and an attitude to finalize every transaction to my client's satisfaction. Live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law.
6-0 good guys as we head to the bottom of the 5th here at Stony Brook Field. Gatemen lead it over Brewster, and we turn it over for the rest of this ball game. It is the one, the only Ethan Eibe.
Well, thank you, Kyle Marchak. It has been quite a ball game here on this Wednesday early evening from Brewster. A 6-0 Gatemen lead here. Jacob Faulkner back on the hill for his 3rd inning of relief as the fog continues to settle in here. We are only 3 outs away from this game becoming official, and that is important here.
Yeah, and at this pace, maybe Brewster just lets that slide. They're down 6-0, so.
6 runs on 7 hits for the Gatemen tonight, and scoreless on 3 hits for Brewster. 1 in the first, 5 in the 4th for the Gatemen. They certainly added on a bunch in that inning. At 6 hits, 5 of them singles, so it's not like they've been destroying Brewster with power today. They've just been stringing together base knocks. Like I said before, hitting is contagious. 8-9-1 due up for Brewster here in the bottom half of the 5th. It'll start with Cooper Vest, the left fielder out of BYU. This game was started by Tate McGuire for Arkansas. He went the first 2 1/3 innings. Freshman allowed just 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and struck out 3. Faulkner an inning and 2/3 into his relief outing. First offering zips outside for ball 1. American flag beyond the center field wall, steadily drifting towards the left. And the trees, 30 feet tall, lining the outfield fence, becoming increasingly covered by the fog as a chopper sent up the first base line. Faulkner charging in, bare hands, throws to first, and it's wild. It gets by Putnam. Right there to back it up, Desereau. Should be a leadoff infield single for Cooper Vest. That is just a tough play there for Faulkner.
Man, we've seen a couple of those the past couple of games, just swinging bunts that find the runners onto first, and sure enough, it is scored a single.
Just a perfect little chopper up the first base line. Faulkner had to get down on a knee to barehand it. That throw a bit wide right of Putnam, but luckily Desereau was there to back up the play. Number 9 hitter in the order, Dallas Macias, standing in. 6-0 Gatemen, nobody out. Runner at first in the bottom of the 5th. Faulkner deals. A called strike on the first pitch. Macias singled in the 3rd. Gatemen on the verge of clinching a spot in the postseason for the first time in 5 years. 0-1, a bouncer off the mound, up the middle. It sneaks through into center field. Up to second base goes Vest. He'll stop there as Summerhill gets it back to the infield. Back-to-back knocks here to open up the 5th inning for the Whitecaps.
Well, the good news is with Faulkner's pitching style, he can draw some ground balls here, and that's definitely what they could use.
Florida State, number 3.
Perfect roller up the middle, just out of the reach of Jimenez. With the Gatemen at 19-11-1, they sit at second place in the Cape League West. With a win today or a loss for the Falmouth Commodores, who play Harwich today, they will be able to clinch. As Faulkner deals now with Drew Farreau, back to the top of the order for the Whitecaps. First pitch in there for strike 1, belt high. Faulkner, as always, stands facing center field behind the rubber before getting back on. That is his habit and routine. 0-1 deal. That one just below the knees, didn't miss by much.
Couple of real close takes today.
First and second, nobody out for Brewster. A 6-0 Gateman lead in the last of the 5th. Faulkner peering in for the sign from Aris Rivera. Slings it home and misses up high, 2-1. Rivera playing in his first Cape League baseball game. Debuts for the soon-to-be junior out of Central Florida. He's called a good game today.
Oh, he's done great. You know, that's one of the cool things about the Cape is you kind of take a step back in time, at least a half decade, where, you know, not every single battery is using the electronic communication on pitch calling, and then that's when the coaches inject themselves into the game calling, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it gives the catcher independence for a value that isn't necessarily seen anymore in baseball.
He does have the earpiece in his left ear. Farreau at the dish, he's 0 for 2. Brewster looking to get something going here, down by 6 runs. Right-hander deals the 2-1. A cut and a miss. Foul tip into Rivera's mitt, 2-2. Packed house here today in Brewster. The stands filled to the brim. As the right-hander comes set, Faulkner bends and deals. Swing and a miss. An awkward half hack from Drew Farreau. He's out number 1.
That's the real nasty thing about Faulkner. I mean, being a submariner, he comes from such a low arm slot that even though that wasn't a fastball that he chased, the reason he swung through it is because he changed speed. So it starts high and then just kind of drops, and he's swinging right over it.
Definitely aided by the angle that Faulkner deals from. Certainly a big reason why Smythe likes to use him mid-inning. As Ryder Helfrich digs in, first and second, now with one away. First pitch lifted in the air, but fouled down the right side. 0-1 to perhaps the most dangerous hitter in the Whitecaps order. Helfrich, the league leader in home runs and RBI. He's left the yard 10 times this year. He's driven in 34. Today he's reached base twice on a walk and a fielder's choice. Stranded both times. Cooper Vest at second, Dallas Macias at first. Gatemen up 6-0. Faulkner's 0-1. Sails high above the zone, evens the count. Faulkner a long look in for the sign. Now he's ready. The 1-1 deal. At the knees, but just off the plate, 2-1. Fog continues to settle in, but this game is 2 outs away from becoming official. Fog on the eastern half of the Cape has already canceled 2 games today. Orleans Cotuit and Chatham Hyannis. 2-1. Helfrich in the air, down the right side. Lippy in pursuit, has a beat on it and hauls it in. Drops it on the transfer, runners advance. Throw towards second is cut off. They do rule it a catch by Michael Lippy in right field. And a drop on the transfer, both runners taking the extra 90 feet. Vest to third, Macias to second by virtue of tagging up.
That's bizarre. You got to wonder that ball traveling through the mist, if he's picking up a ball that's kind of wet out there. That just looked like a weird bobble, something that, was a mistake that he doesn't often make.
Well, whether the mist helped or not, he'll likely be charged with an error that allowed both runners to advance. So we'll see if that becomes official as Caden Kent stands in. Kent 2 for 2, couple of soft serve line drives today. Chance here to get Brewster on the scoreboard. It's 6-0 Gatemen in the 5th. Faulkner looks at second, now steps off, and he'll throw towards second, despite the fact that Macias is standing on the bag. Has to throw it to avoid the balk. Kent with a teal-barreled bat, matching the teal accents on his jersey. Faulkner ready to roll. And the first pitch is yanked foul up the first base line.
It's so weird. Being a submariner, you can actually afford to just leave off speeds up because the time difference is so drastic. And he just turned around on a changeup that was probably a ball's length above the zone.
So difficult to time up these subbies, as they call them, as both runners take their leads. The 0-1 drifts outside to the left-handed batter Kent. It's even at 1-1. Vest at third, Macias at second. Gatemen up by 6. And the Brewster Whitecaps looking to crack the scoreboard for the first time on this Wednesday evening. Right-hander ready, and the 1-1. Fouled back, 2 strikes.
So what I'm waiting to see here is something from 3/4 or over the top. Faulkner 99.99% of the time is a submariner, but we've seen in a couple of outings where he'll throw the slider from over the top just because it's more firm.
Right. He can surprise you when you least expect it. 1-2 to Kent. That fastball outside. Kent out of Texas A&M. At the dish. Base hit here, could plate 2 for Brewster. Gatemen with a nice padded lead, though. They scored 5 times in the 4th inning. 2-2 coming. And he spoils it right into the screen behind home plate. Another battle between the Bat Boys chasing that foul ball. There's not a big backstop here at Brewster. It's a chain link fence, so not a whole lot of potential for ricochets, but not a lot of ground to cover either. Just in case one gets away from any catcher. 2-2. Bouncing ball towards second. A couple of hops for Destro, who hauls it in and throws him out at first base. Jacob Faulkner and the Gatemen strand a pair here in the last of the 5th inning. We're on our way to the 6th. The 6-0 Wareham lead on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at securone.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
Welcome back to the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Everything's coming up Wareham right about now. A 6-0 lead heading to the top of the 6th inning. Ethan Eibe with you, joined by Joe McLaughlin, one of our writers here, and also camera persons as well. So great to have you, Joe.
Great to be here, Ethan. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Madison Walker, our sideline reporter tonight, and our producers, as always, Joseph Patrick Henry and Allison DeWitt. They've done a great job all season long. And so have the Gatemen, as Antonio Jimenez digs in to begin this top of the 6th. He'll be followed by Eli Putnam and Colby Turner. Zach Johnston still on the mound, the left-handed reliever. A brief pause in the action, though, as Ryder Helfrich's catcher's gear is adjusted by one of the coaches on the Brewster side. Now he'll situate himself behind home plate to begin this half inning. Jimenez today 1 for 2, doubled and scored in that 5-run 4th inning. As the left-hander slings it. Wave and a miss over the breaking ball for strike 1. Joe, it's been a terrific offensive performance so far.
It has been, and that top of the 4th was the highlight so far. Once again, the 4th. Yesterday's game against Orleans, it was the bottom of the 4th, and once again, the Gatemen staying consistent with that, making that the inning they do the most damage.
That's right. Jimenez taking a strike. It's 0-2, and it hasn't been the extra base hit today as it has so often been. 2 of their 7 hits have been doubles. But in that 4th inning, 5 singles. As Jimenez, a sucker right up the middle into center field, a base hit. Just stayed on that 0-2 pitch and sent it right back from where it came. A leadoff knock.
And you are right on cue mentioning the singles. There's one to lead off the inning for Jimenez. But this team so far, from what I saw in batting practice today, they were doing a really good job of just directing the ball where they wanted it to, just on a single. I saw a lot of guys hitting it opposite field, getting that nice single knock, and you're seeing it translate here in the game.
Here's Eli Putnam now. Runner at first, nobody out. 6-0 Gatemen in the top of the 6th. Left-hander deals, and a slow curveball at the knees for a strike 1 call. Jimenez now back-to-back multi-hit performances.
He's just been on fire so far, and last night he's been seeing the ball well and continuing to do that today.
Ankle high slider misses, 1-1. Putnam singled home 2 runs in the 4th inning. 8 hits today for the Gatemen. On 1-1, a wave and a miss. Just out in front. Meanwhile, Brewster today has left on 5 base runners. They had a great chance in the previous half inning, 2nd and 3rd, but Jacob Faulkner left them stranded. 1-2 coming home. A chopper up the first base line, brought in by Dene, who's covering first. No one's covering first, and put them safe. Up to second base goes Jimenez. The pitcher, Zach Johnston, didn't make his way over. It would have been a tough play either way, and Drew Farreau, the second baseman, made no attempt to get to first base either.
How about that? Not according to plan, but getting on base with a swinging bunt, basically, and a little bit of a miscommunication there with the Whitecaps, something you don't really see in this infield too often. But either way, Gatemen will take it. 2 runners on with nobody out.
And it's Colby Turner at the dish with a chance to do even more damage here. First offering, swung on and belted down the right side. That'll drift foul. The fog here continues to thicken in the outfield. It's becoming increasingly more difficult to see the trees that line the outfield, foul pole to foul pole.
And it's amazing to me how many outfielders from both sides have been able to catch the ball in these conditions.
And that's right. Anything hit in the air immediately becomes a challenge. Johnston set at the belt. is 0-1. Slider misses up and outside to the right-handed hitting Turner. Turner singled in that 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. Jimenez at second. It's Putnam at first. Nobody out. Johnston misses again, 2-1. And a mid-at-bat mound visit here coming for the Brewster Whitecaps.
It's an interesting choice, probably just trying to calm things down. Seems like pitches have been all over the place so far, just trying to calm things down. No outs, 2 runners on, just trying to get some momentum defensively. You got to think that's what they're talking about on the mound.
Yeah, definitely. It's Brian Del Rosso, the pitching coach, who is on staff with Jamie Shevchik, their 10th year manager for the Whitecaps. They both coached together at Keystone College, which, coincidentally, every time you have the Brewster Wareham matchup, you have the Ryan Smythe versus Jamie Shevchik Battle of Keystone. Shevchik, the head coach over at Keystone College in Pennsylvania, and Ryan Smythe is his associate head coach.
And talking with him pregame, he mentioned that there's at least 8 Keystone Knights here today from both sides on the coaching staff side of things. So it's really cool for him and the rest of the Giants, to come back on.
Left-hander deals as Turner flips it foul. It's 2-2. So the mound visit comes to an end. Just some words of wisdom for Zach Johnston, who's in a 1st and 2nd, nobody out situation. Gatemen up 6-0. We're in the away half of the 6th. Long look in for the sign for Johnston. Now he comes set. Working from the third base side of the rubber. 2-2 to Turner. Ground ball up the middle, heading for center field. It's picked up by the shortstop. Throw to first base is not in time. A bobble from Caden Kent. He gathered it in quickly, but still couldn't get the out at first. And the bases are loaded for Wareham.
Just another mistake in the infield. It loads up the bases with nobody out, and the Whitecaps find themselves in a pretty tough situation here. The Gatemen could extend their lead even further.
It's a ground ball appeared destined for center field. Caden Kent was able to cut it off, but couldn't make the throw to first. So bases loaded. Nobody out now for Michael Lippy, who takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Lippy singling home a run in that 5-run 4th inning. Huge for him as he entered play, 2 for his last 15. Johnston ready to roll. The 1-0. Dusts Lippy off the plate. That slider just hooked inside.
A lot of movement on that slider. Just unfortunately lost control of that one, but hopefully for him, he's trying to control that a little bit more and throw off the Gatemen hitters.
2-0 coming. Lippy sucks one foul down the right side. They do hang an error on Caden Kent. So that's his 4th error of the year. First error for either team today. That does rob Turner of a potential 2nd hit. Now tag the E6. Every base occupied. The 1-1. Lippy watches a called strike 2. Fastball at the knees. Turner at first, Putnam at second, Jimenez at third. 1-2 the count to Michael Lippy out of Louisville, looking to cash in. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice slider there from Johnston, got him. 1 gone.
A great job by Johnston to stay poised with the bases loaded, nobody out. Just delivered a crucial strikeout, and that definitely has boosted some confidence in this Whitecaps defense. Now a force play, they can get a double play to end this inning.
Definitely a big out number 1 for Johnston, and his Aris Rivera stands in. Rivera a sac fly in that 4th inning. He's looking for his first hit in his Cape Cod Baseball League debut. Runners at every base for Wareham. The pitch. Curveball bashed into left field. That's down a base hit. In to score Jimenez. Putnam around third. The throw home is up the line. The tag, and Putnam is out at home. What a tag from Ryder Helfrich. moving to his left, secured the throw, and moved back to home plate to tag out Putnam for out number 2. A run does score. It's 7-0 Gatemen, and Rivera ends up at first base. Over to third, though, goes Turner.
Just what a throw from Vest out in left field. Just rifles that one home, able to get there in time to get the out at the plate, get the second out of the inning. But then how about Rivera getting that first hit that you were speaking into existence, I would say. What a night for him. Sac fly and another RBI on top of it.
A couple of RBI today for Eris Rivera in his Cape League debut. It's back to the top of the order for Brendan Summerhill. 2 gone in the top of the 6th. A 7-0 Gateman lead. First pitch misses down for ball 1. It's Turner at third, Rivera at first with 2 away. Dene holding on the runner at first. The pitch. Slider misses out. 2-0 to Summer. Now double digits in the hits department for the Gatemen tonight. Lefty on lefty here. Johnston comes home. And a breaking ball misses in. 3-0 to Summerhill.
You mentioned the Gatemen making it to double digits in the hits category. Their past 2 wins, they got 13 hits in each game. So when they clear 10 hits, you know they are in the driver's